What do it do, YouTubers? Hey, we're back for a second time today. That's right. Second time today. Two times in one day.
Two for the price of one.
It's facts, man. Facts. And what is the price, you may ask? The price is free. But hey. When we last left off, man, we were talking about WrestleMania 27, right? And
Yep.
that was my show. So now we're doing your show, which is the Raw from December 29th, 2003. A very unique Raw.
That was
Uh,
a great Raw. Great
very
Raw.
unique Raw. Um, Frank, this is your show, man. You lead the way here, brother.
So this is the final Raw of what was really, in my opinion, a very underrated year for Raw. A great year for WWE overall. And this is the final. This is essentially the final show of 2003 for WWE, not counting house shows, not counting taped shows, because SmackDown aired the next week. SmackDown aired on January 1st, but it was of course taped on in 2003. But I counted by the air date, not the tape date. So this is technically the very last WWE show to air on TV in 2003. Features the final match of 2003, which was really good. And not only that, there was a lot going on this show, a lot of interesting storylines and all that. We kicked the show off with an interesting storyline as well. But first, this show took place in San Antonio, the hometown of the challenger for the world title on this night. Yep. And the show opened with Randy Orton coming out to build up that storyline between Orton and Foley. That was a great feud. How about that, though? The final Raw of 2003, and it opens with Randy Orton. It shows how much how much they believed in Orton at this time, that he's opening Raw. And was he only 23 years old at this time? He wasn't 24 yet. He did
Yeah.
become world champ at 24, but he was still 23. His birthday's in April. He opened up the show, essentially calling Mick Foley a coward because he called out Mick Foley, and spat in Foley's face, and Foley just walked away. That was what they were doing with this angle. Foley being a coward, and he's too afraid to face Orton, blah, blah, blah. And of course, that leads to their big backlash match later in '04.
Yeah. Just to comment on that real quick. If
Yeah.
you spit in my face, I'm not just going to get up and walk away. No, if you spit in my face, you're catching these.
Yeah. But this is telling a story. Somebody spits in your face in real life, that's not telling a story. That's
Oh, if
you
somebody's
just spat in my face.
fuck you. And that's just straight up. We got to
Yeah,
fight.
of course. I'm pretty sure we've talked about Legend Killer Orton before, but I'm just gonna say
Probably, yeah.
I loved
I think we
I
discussed this feud. Yeah.
yeah I loved Randy Orton back in '03, '04. Young Legend Killer '05 too. Young Legend Killer Randy Orton. Randy Orton's one of my all-time favorites, and this run here, '03, '04, '05 is a reason for it. Not to say he wasn't great after that, because like I say, he's still great to this day. But it was back then when he was that young cocky heel, the young Legend Killer. Oh man, he became one of the all-time greats just with that gimmick alone.
I'm not sure if you're going to agree with this statement, Frank,
Hmm?
but I would almost argue, almost, that Randy Orton is in his best form today.
I can't argue. I can't speak on that because I don't see much of him today. Because again, I
That's
don't
fair
watch the broad. Yeah. I'm
enough.
sure he is because Orton's always been great. It wouldn't surprise me.
He has always been great. That is
Mhm.
true. That is true.
So
Uh,
next, yeah,
Go
you
ahead.
got anything else? Got anything else you want to say about that?
Not really. No, I'm good.
Yeah. Well, it was a great little way to open the show. Great promo from Orton. But next we have one of those, yeah, this actually happened type of matches. Rob Van Dam, Rob Van Dam versus Big Papa Pump Scott Steiner.
Ooh,
The yeah, this actually happened.
Yeah.
And it wasn't really a long match. It's not exactly a 5-star classic, although it did end, I believe, on a 5-star frog splash. So you got that 5 stars. Yeah, not necessarily a great match. The great match, if you're looking for a great match, you got to wait till the end of the show for that. This was just okay. It was just there in the middle of the show, and it's if you like one of those matches where you really like are surprised to know that these two face each other and you just want to see it, then yeah, go watch this match. But if you're looking for a great match, this wouldn't necessarily be it.
Right.
Not in my opinion, at least.
It was just like a filler match. It wasn't anything special, but it wasn't horrible
That
either. It wasn't like, oh my god, I can't believe this happened.
that's what you should get on weekly shows is filler
Yeah,
match.
kind of those shows that are mid.
Oh, and I like you got anything else you want to say? Because I don't really got too much to say about this.
Scott Steiner in 03.
Scott Steiner was underrated in 03. I'll say that because
Yeah,
they wrote for him very
was.
well. That's why.
I think honestly, I think he should have been the world champion at the start of 03. If I'm being
The
honest.
the reason why that didn't happen was because he was injured. I think if he wasn't injured, it would have happened. But
There's probably
I
other
will
too, but okay.
the reason why I like '03 Steiner is because I love how they wrote for him. They put him in a lot of not a lot of interesting. He was essentially in one big storyline that went from like the middle of the year to the end, and that was the Scott Steiner test Stacy Keibler love triangle, which was really good. Speaking of love triangles, there is one developing on this show too that was really good.
Wow.
But we'll get to that in a few minutes. Before that, so again, this is Shawn Michaels' first match in his hometown since 1997, and they built it up throughout the night. They did the HBKs, the Heartbreak Classics with a K. Classics, I guess you would call it. But no, that was cool. The first one they showed was again that last match that Michaels had in his hometown of San Antonio, the Royal Rumble of '97 against Psycho Sid, which was a pretty good match. What happened? You took me off.
Oh, there we go.
Oh, you took me off. What the heck?
So told me I could make your thing full screen. I'm trying to figure out how to do that.
Oh, what was I gonna say?
So I'm just trying to figure out how do I.
You don't need to. We're good as the way we are.
What?
So as I was saying before he took me off the damn stream, they were showing highlights of Shawn Michaels' last wrestling match in San Antonio before this night, and it was Royal Rumble '97 against Psycho Sid. A
Right.
really good match. Yeah, a really good match. I can't wait to cover.
Which I believe that Thursday after that, I think there was a Thursday Raw Thursday after. That's where he lost his smile.
Yes, and it was supposed to be. That was hilarious too because WWE really made themselves look bad at the time. Because I don't know if you know this, Nitro did a show a couple weeks earlier. It was like the second Nitro of '97, where they built up the main event. It was going to be Giant versus Hogan for the WCW title. They built it up all night, and then like midway through the show, they're like, "Okay, when this title match happens, you're only going to see it through commercial breaks of our new television show that's airing after. I forgot what it was called. Oh, Robin Hood. Yeah, it was going to air during commercials of Robin Hood, so you really didn't get the match. So for the next couple of weeks on Raw, they joked about it. It was like, there's going to be no bait and switch. There's going to be no bait and switch. We're telling you this is what we're doing tonight. We're going to do it. No bait and switch tonight. No bait and switch tonight. And then we get to Raw Thursday, which is like a month later. And of course, it's going to be Shawn Michaels versus Psycho Sid for the title. Shawn Michaels versus Psycho Sid for the title. Shawn Michaels versus title. We get to that match, we get to that show, and Shawn Michaels is relinquishing the title. Bait and switch. Exactly what they've been telling you for months that they don't do. And even though it's an issue that's out of their hands, it still made them look bad. Like, there's no bait and switch on here. No bait and switch. And then, bait and switch.
By the way, for those of you who did not tune into the stream earlier, if you hear little baby screaming and like that. That's my
Yeah.
2-year-old nephew Nate. So
So,
he's
yeah. So
so
I mentioned that there was another love triangle storyline developing here, and that's what we get right after the highlights of Shawn Michaels versus Psycho Sid. You have Jericho and Christian backstage yelling at each other because of what happened last week. Apparently, I believe Christian took on Trish Stratus in a one-on-one match, and Jericho was mad about that. He ran into the ring and interfered on Trish's behalf. Jericho and Christian runs into him backstage, like, "Why did you do that?" Blah blah blah. They're like, "You're letting a woman get in our between our
Christian.
friendship." Yeah, not you. You're letting a woman get in the way of our friendship. Blah blah blah, stuff like that. Really good, quick behind the scenes, not behind the scenes, backstage segment. That was really good.
Yeah.
I love that angle. Again, there were two really good love triangles during 2003. The Scott Steiner, well, this is more '04, but it started in '03. The '03 one would be Steiner, Stacy, and Tess. This one, Jericho, Christian, and Trish, which really was late '03, early '04.
I think they entered a love story. It wasn't really a love triangle, but it was a love story.
Yeah,
Was
it was
Story Wilson and
more.
also Dawn Marie. That was really good.
Oh, I love that angle. I love that
Well,
angle,
it
man.
wasn't necessarily a triangle because
No,
Tori
no, because that
that.
would be disgusting. That would be disgusting if that was a love triangle. Because Tori
Well,
Wilson
hey,
is
coming from Mr. McMahon, coming from Vince McMahon, who allegedly wanted his son to be his
yeah.
daughter's baby daddy. Come on now,
I'm glad they didn't do that. I'm glad they didn't do that. That would have been horrible.
that
But
would have been real weird. And then apparently he said at one point, "I'll be the baby daddy." It's
oh
like,
my gosh, I can't believe Vince actually like. Oh my gosh,
what
there's
kind of that
entertainment.
is, man?
There's entertainment, and then there's just something that would make you want to
There's
gag.
entertainment, and then there's disgusting. And
Yeah, that's disgusting. Um. So after that, this was another. I'm telling you, there was a lot going on this show. There, you had this angle, Jericho, Christian. You had the Foley and Orton, and now you got this going on. This was like one of essentially the biggest story on the show was Austin trying to get back after he was fired because his team lost at Survivor Series, and so this show took. There was stuff going on in Stamford, Connecticut. The Vince McMahon was meeting the board of directors, trying to make sure that nobody would bring Austin back. And they did a couple segments where they were in front of the door where this meeting was taking place. And the first one is Coach interviewing Linda, or no, he actually was just giving us an update. He was saying that Linda will argue for Austin and Vince will argue against Austin. And then we get
Austin side and Vince. Oh, hey, we got another special guest, ladies and gentlemen.
Jackson Riker.
We got Jackson in the house. Say what's up, Jackson.
Jackson Riker, what's up?
My buddy's actually feeling. Oh, look at this. Hey, Bubba. Oh, those are not. That's not food. That's pennies, buddy. But hey, Papa. Yeah, he's actually feeling a lot better too, ladies and gentlemen. My dog was sick for a few days. He had a bug, like a mosquito bite on his head, and at one point we thought it was cancer. It's not. It's nothing serious, and he's feeling a heck of a lot better. We noticed he was feeling a lot better yesterday. He had a lot more pep in his steps. So, and
That's good.
took him to the vet, and the vet said, "Nope, no cancer in this dog." So
That's great. That's great.
facts.
Yeah.
I lost 2 other dogs to cancer. So
Yeah, that's horrible, man.
yeah,
Don't want to lose another one.
yeah.
Definitely don't want to lose another one.
Well, I lost 2 dogs and 2 grandparents to cancer. So
Damn, that's horrible.
and ironically, the 2 grandparents that I lost to cancer were both my dad's parents. So yeah.
That sucks.
Anyway, back to the show. Sorry to bring the mood down.
Yeah. No, that's all good. That's all good. Next, we got to look at some behind the scenes footage of the Christmas in Baghdad special that took place on Christmas night in 2003. I swear, I remember watching this show the night it aired. It's funny too because this was like my first Christmas as a wrestling fan, and I actually did get like 2 action figures that day, I should say, for Christmas. One was Edge, the other one was Chris Benoit. And
dude, I used to get action figures for Christmas like all the freaking time. Actually, technically, I still do if you count those classic things that I showed, the legends or whatever. But
those are good. Yeah,
I remember the ones that they were like Jack's Pacific or whatever.
Oh yeah,
like those ones. You know what I mean? And the action figures that they make now, they look so different compared to when you and I were growing up, man. Like, I could say you and I were growing up because we grew up at the same time. So
yes, we're only a year difference.
Yeah, not even a year, a couple months. But like, back when we were
actually, you were August, right?
Huh?
What? Yeah. So, you're August, right?
No, you're August.
No, I'm July.
Oh, you're July, so I'm February. So.
Oh, you're February. Oh, okay. Yeah. Oh, you're right. A couple of months.
Yeah. And but yeah, I remember those Jack Pacific wrestlers, and nowadays with the action figures you can like change, like you can move the abdomen and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Back when we were growing up, man, we didn't have that. We had like the abdomen was what it was, and like you can move the arms and legs and the head, but that was it. And
the one thing I don't like from what I see from like today's action figures that we didn't really have, they got more weapons like that come with the action figures. Like they got tables. Like we didn't get like tables back then. We maybe get chairs. If you
wanted to get the weapons when we were growing up, bro, you had to get those fucking combo packs. And those combo packs were expensive. They were like, what, $18? You know, and you got the ring, you got the weapons, you got the wrestler, you know, and nowadays like a regular wrestler, like one action figure costs $12.99. I noticed that. I'm like, what the fuck? Like you go to Walgreens, like the Walgreens up by where I live, go up to that Walgreens, bro. Action figures there, $10.89. It's like for a single wrestler, not even a good one, $10.89 for Eugene. Are you fucking kidding
Eugene? Oh, come on. Eugene was awesome.
He was awesome. But, I mean, okay, fine.
But I get what you're saying. He wasn't like a main event guy. I get what you're saying.
Facts. Yeah. You know, actually, I think one time I stole a Batista and a Bobby Lashley action figure from there.
Now they going. Is that store still like around where it was? Like they still in business?
That store's
they're gonna be knocking on your door. They're gonna be like, "Where's that Batista and Bobby Lashley?"
For a short period of time back in like 2013, I had a buddy named Blake, and what we would do is we would walk our little happy asses up to Walgreens or the King Supers, which is about 30 minutes from where I live. King Supers, for those of you who do not live in Colorado, because it's a Colorado thing apparently, it's a grocery store.
Yeah,
you go there for all your food and stuff. So me and my buddy would go there. We would load up, right? Get bags of stuff. We would get potato chips, corn dogs, animal cookies, Pepsi, you know, like 24 packs, not 12 packs, but 24 packs, right?
Right.
Load up on all this stuff, right? And then they're like, well, you're going to have fun carrying all this stuff? Oh, yeah, absolutely. We would steal a cart and drive it all the way back to my house, right? Which is about a 30-minute walk. So we would steal the cart from the store and take it to my house.
Man, it's a shame. It's a shame. It's a shame that the cart narcs weren't around back then, man.
We would have been smart. We would just push it back away from our house and look like we did it.
Yeah.
So anyway, but yeah, I remember those action figures, and and as far as the Christmas in Baghdad stuff, which is now Tribute to the Troops.
Right?
I love those events. I absolutely adore those events. Those are absolutely phenomenal events. Are they? Is the match card great? Probably not. But you know what? Who cares? It's not for us. It's for the troops. You know,
It's a weekly show. It's a weekly show anyway, and you know what I say about weekly shows. They're not about the matches. But Tribute to the Troops isn't about the storylines either, because Tribute to the Troops is throw the storylines
yeah,
away. We're
and it's
just
not
here
about
to entertain the
it's about
troops.
entertaining the troops.
Right.
That's why they
Right.
have like musicians and comedians and
Yeah.
all that stuff going over there. You know,
They still doing it, right? They're
what
still
else?
doing it, right? They're still
Yeah,
doing it?
they did it. Yeah, as far as I know, yeah, they even did it during the pandemic era. They did it
Okay.
even they did it in the Thunderdome. They did it
They
then.
need to do something big next year, because next year's gonna be the 20th anniversary.
Maybe they'll go back to Baghdad. Who knows?
Maybe, but there won't be any troops in Baghdad. What, are you gonna bring the troops with you?
By the way, shout out to my boy Roman Reigns. This is his shirt. I'm repping the Roman Reigns. And
Just in the bit.
if you're new here to this channel, there's nobody watching, so I don't know why I'm saying this. But if you're new to this channel, hit the subscribe button, and also hit the notification bell so you get notified when we upload new content. We upload new content weekly. I have several shows I do on this channel. The Retro Bros Reviews podcast, which is what you're watching now. The Retro Raw Down with my other co-host.
It's called, by the way, hold on. By the way, it's not called the Retro Bros podcast. It's called Retro Bros Reviews.
Yeah, Retro Bros Reviews. That's what it is. Retro Bros Reviews. I have the Retro Raw Down with Nat, and I do Salamanian Friends podcasts at random times with my buddies, and we just talk about whatever. I've done them with several friends, and they were all cool. We got one person watching, so that's great. Hey,
remember some people, it's not just about who watches it live, because this thing goes on demand. So we want people, like, if you can't watch it live, if you can ever watch at any time, like, we appreciate it. Anytime you want to watch, we appreciate it. That's the best. We live in the on demand era, which to you may got DVR,
I should throw this into the rotation. Share the video. Share the YouTube channel with your friends. Share the news that, hey, Sublimanian Friends wants to be your friend. That the Retro Bros wants to be your bro. So, Frank, that being said, let's continue with this show.
Yes. So, again, more storyline buildup, which I absolutely love. The Dudley Boys are taking on a few local guys. I hate the term
This
jobbers.
was just pure bullshit. This was just pure bullshit.
No, it was not. No, it was not. Storyline buildup, baby. Couple local guys. Eddie Carver. If I pronounce that wrong, I'm sorry. If Eddie might be watching, who knows? Eddie Carver
sorry.
And Russell Simpson. The Simpsons. And you're and your special guest referee is the Nature Boy, Ric Flair. Just like what we said on WrestleMania 27, the main event, The Miz was essentially the third wheel. Well, Eddie Carver and Russell Sampson are the third wheels in this match. This match is not about the tag match itself. It's not going to be some 5-star classic. It's about continuing the story between the Dudleys and Batista and Ric Flair. Of course, about a week or so. What was that?
Credit to the guy that took that flapjack, though. He sold that fucking nice.
I have no idea if that was Eddie Carver.
When they threw him into the ropes, when the Dudleys threw him into the ropes, and then they picked him up and they dropped him, and Jim Ross on commentary said that was a nice tribute to the Midnight Express. That movie. And
I'm not saying I don't know what movie you're talking about. I'm saying I don't know if that was Eddie Carver. I'm not sure which one was it. Yeah.
So you, because that pump looks sick.
So the story here is Ric Flair and Batista sort of got an entrant into the Armageddon tag team turmoil last minute when the Dudleys thought they had won the tag titles in that tournament match. Ric Flair, Batista come out. They put the beating on the Dudleys, win the titles. This was just a continuation of that. Flair essentially doing everything he can to screw the Dudleys out of this match against these local kids. And in the end, I believe it was Bubba. Bubba hits one of the local guys with a fist, closed fist, which essentially isn't legal, but it's not a disqualification. And of course,
Right.
but this is what the situation was. Ric Flair was screwing the Dudleys. He's the heel. He's being a heel. He screws the Dudleys out to continue the story. This was leading to the table match at Royal Rumble that kicked off Royal Rumble 2004. Decent match. It was a little too short. But I love it. Storyline buildup. That's what I expect on weekly shows, and we got a good amount of storyline buildup on here, and this is one of them. You don't expect 5-star tag matches on Raw, or at least not back then. It shouldn't be, and that's what happened.
Sometimes
Solid thing.
Sometimes it's cool.
Anything else you want to say about this?
No, not particularly. This match
Okay.
was, yeah.
I call it a segment because it was about the segment. It was about the storyline buildup. Next up, another heartbreak classics with a K. Shawn Michaels, Triple H, Shawn Michaels' big comeback moment from SummerSlam 02. SummerSlam 02, one of my favorite pay-per-views. I can't wait to review that.
We did that one.
We didn't do that yet.
No?
No.
You sure?
Not yet. Not yet.
We did a SummerSlam, didn't we?
We did. That was 03. Another one I love. With the Chamber. We haven't done 02 yet. The next thing, you got Eric Bischoff essentially kissing up to the board of directors, trying to, get Austin, trying to keep Austin off the show. He gives the referees a talk about enforcing the rules more closely, which is funny because we just had Ric Flair screw over the Dudleys.
Right.
But yeah, that was essentially just him kissing up to the board of directors. Then we go back to Stanford. Vince recaps his testimony and essentially is saying, he said a line where I treat the fans like kids, and I don't mean that in a bad way. That's Vince talking. He doesn't mean that in a bad way. He's like, when you ask a kid what they want for dinner, they'll say candy. Candy. But they actually have breakfast, lunch, and dinner. They'll say candy all the time. Well, I give the fans what's best for them. And what he was saying, what's best for them is to not have Stone Cold Steve Austin as the co-GM. And then we go back.
So many different places, and I decided not to.
Then we go back to the arena where Trish, Stacy Keibler. Oh my gosh, Trish and Stacy Keibler. Still look amazing to this day. You saw Tori too in the SmackDown thing.
Mm-hmm.
Tori Wilson, Trish Stratus, and Stacy Keibler. Somebody forgot to tell them we're not in 2003 anymore because they look like they're still in 2003. They look amazing. But anyway, it's Trish Stratus.
I know, it's crazy. They're all in like their mid to late 40s and they're fucking banging.
As
God
they say,
damn, mothers.
They age like fine wine, as
what
they
the
say.
Fuck?
I wouldn't know what that means. I wouldn't know what that necessarily means because I don't drink wine. But yeah, they age perfectly.
Yeah, fine. Yeah, I'm not a wine connoisseur, so don't ask me.
I'm not alcohol, wine, none of that. I don't drink none of that. But anyway, Trish,
an alcoholic. No, I'm just kidding.
Who's an alcoholic?
I said, hi, I'm Christian and I'm an alcoholic.
Yeah, the AA shit.
Fuck you, bro.
What? I said the AA shit. That's what it's called. Alcoholics Anonymous. That's what you were doing.
Well, still, fuck you. Just bank it.
But anyway, Trish, Lita, and Stacy Keibler. Trish, Stacy Keibler, and Lita. I'm sorry, Lita deserves to be last there because Trish and Stacy blow her out the water.
Lita doesn't even need to be in a fucking match as far as I'm concerned, bro.
I agree. And that's no disrespect to Lita because as a performer, she's one of the greatest of all time.
Facts.
But yeah, Trish, Stacy Keibler, and Lita are backstage doing an interview where for their upcoming Center's Helpers match. And when Stone Cold Steve Austin backs his truck into the set as the girls run away. And then Lillian Garcia walks up like, "What are you doing here?" And Austin's like, "This is my hometown. You didn't expect me to come?" She's like, "No, what are you doing here? Driving your truck in the backstage area." So he's like, "Well, of course, I'm waiting to get a call from the board of directors." Because, of course, he wants to know how his job status, if he still got one or not. Anyway, we move on. IC title match. More storyline buildup, although the storyline that is being built up here is probably a forgotten one. Not no pay per view match, but anyway, Randy Orton taking on Booker T for the IC title. Not much of a match here. It was for like 5 minutes and 56 seconds, according to a guy on 411 Mania, whose article I'm reading.
See, I got my stuff from where did I get my stuff from? Hold up. I got mine from Pro Wrestling Fandom.
Yeah, see, Pro Wrestling Fandom isn't the best spot to go because that's just going over the matches. I go to 411 Mania because they cover the segment. They cover the whole show, not just the matches. But yeah, for this match, it wasn't about the IC title. It wasn't about Booker T versus Randy Orton. At one point, Booker T essentially has the match won. He hits the axe kick, and then boom, the fire goes off. Kane comes out, and Kane screws Booker T. Yeah, Kane screws Booker T out of the title.
I always loved the commentary whenever the Kane power it would be the commentary. Oh my god!
The very next week, the very next Raw, the first Raw of 2004. So of course, back then Raw always had the table on the stage.
Yeah.
So, on that night, Teddy Long was in charge. I can't remember why, but I guess Bischoff took a day off, so he put Teddy Long in charge. And so Coach kind of becomes the third broadcast guy, and all throughout the night he's getting into it with King and Lawler. And at one point, Coach has got his feet on the table on the desk, looking all comfy, and then boom, the fire goes off, and he's falling on his chair. It's hilarious. I think there's a gift.
If you fell off of your chair just now.
This chair is horrible.
Because my thing doesn't lean back like that.
My chair is horrible too. Sometimes when you lean on it, you know how the thing where you press to make the chair go up or down.
Yeah.
Sometimes it like unhooks to like holding the chair together, and like I'll be leaning back on the chair, and then like it'll unhook, and then I'll go like falling. As you can see, it's unhooked right now. Look how far back this thing goes.
Yeah.
And I'll think I'm about to like fall. It scares the hell out of me. But yeah, it just happens out of nowhere.
I have a really cool chair. This chair is it's a gaming chair.
Yeah.
But it reclines and it does this. And I can sit I could actually probably fall asleep. I've fallen asleep in this chair, actually. This is fuck you,
so,
Fly.
Since we mentioned the commentary, you reminded me. I almost forgot something, and I'm glad you reminded me by mentioning the commentary. So Booker T at one point in the match goes for the spin-a-rooney, and Jerry the King Lawler is one of the greatest heel commentators of all time. No disrespect to Bobby Heenan, he's the GOAT when it comes to commentary, heel commentators. But Booker T goes for the spin-a-rooney, and Jerry Lawler's like, that should be a disqualification.
I'm gonna get my real quick.
Yeah. So he's like, that should be a disqualification. JR's like, for what? JR and King always fed off each other perfectly. But anyway, like I said, Kane interferes in this match, costs Booker T the title. You may not remember Booker T and Kane actually feuding in 2003, late 2003, early 2004, but they did. It was essentially a weekly show feud. There was no pay-per-view break off. The only thing that they did on pay-per-view was when in the Royal Rumble match, when Undertaker's gong went off and the lights went out, and Kane's like, I buried you alive. I buried you alive. Booker T comes from behind and eliminates Kane. That's about all they did in terms of a pay-per-view feud. But this was a short mini feud towards the end of it was like December 03, January 04 between Kane and Booker T, and that's essentially what this match was building up, having Kane interfere and cost Booker T the title.
I better behave. I got a fly swatter here.
we got another heartbreak classics with a K. Classic.
Yeah.
This one, Survivor Series 02, another phenomenal show from 2002 that I don't believe we covered. I would love to cover this show in the future too. The elimination, yeah. I don't believe we did. I don't think we have covered an 02 show.
Why don't I just tell you what shows we've covered thus far?
I know we haven't covered 2002 yet. Not one show yet.
No. Well, I'll just say the pay-per-views that we've covered thus far. How about that?
Yeah. Mania was first. Vengeance 03.
We have WrestleMania 19. This is in order. WrestleMania 19, Vengeance 2003, Money in the Bank 2011, Backlash 2003, Backlash 1999, Insurrection 2002, SummerSlam 2003, Forgiven 2003. I'm not counting the Raw and SmackDown shows.
I know. But I know we didn't cover a weekly show in 02 either.
Yeah. ECW One Night Stand 2005, SummerSlam 1993, Armageddon 1999, Taboo Tuesday 2005, Royal Rumble 1999, and WrestleMania 27.
Well, our next show, we haven't announced the next show. In 2 weeks, we'll be doing a SummerSlam 92 because it'll be the 30th anniversary. But maybe after SummerSlam,
Nat from the
yes, with Nat.
She'll be with us.
Yes, our new generation era correspondent, as I like to call it. But maybe after SummerSlam 92, we'll get into some 2002. That's my first full year. No, not my first full year. That's my first year as a fan. Thanksgiving of 02, I became a fan, and I love that year. And especially this show that they're covering here, the Survivor Series 2002. This chamber match, my favorite elimination chamber match of all time. It's the first one. It's the only chamber match that I've personally given 5 stars to, and it was phenomenal. Shawn Michaels returning, winning the title. Next, we go back to Stanford. Linda claiming she's equally passionate as Vince is, and she's essentially giving a line that says, "Irony can be so ironic." This was, and again, she is on the side of Stone Cold. Vince isn't. And then we get more of the buildup of the love triangle. Jericho gives Trish a Christmas present, and that's essentially just build. Oh yeah, and this is let me see what she says here. Hold on. Trish delivers a recap of the story, then bursts her acting chops. Blah, blah, blah. Oh, she essentially says that the present is only like 75 cents after the exchange. I think that means Canadian dollars, because the storyline is that they bet, Christian and Jericho bet $1 Canadian who can sleep with which girl first, Christian with Lita, Trish with Jericho. That's essentially where that storyline started, and that's essentially what Trish is referring to when she says, what was it? Oh, it's only worth 75 cents after exchange.
Hey, I dare WWE to do a storyline like this in 2022.
I would love for them to do it.
But have the rules reversed. Have the rules reversed this time.
Ooh, okay. You can do that.
So the ladies bet on who could get their hands on a dude. There you go.
I mean, you could do that. That would be tremendous. Now we cut backstage again. Austin's in his truck, and he gets a phone call. Finally, the board of directors, right? He picks up, he says hi, and then he says, "Hey, don't know, I'm waiting for a phone call. I'll call you back." So they kind of teased it, but it wasn't the board of directors yet. That was kind of funny if you see that segment. Next, we got a 5-star classic match with a bunch of technical wrestling, a bunch of high spots. Oh my gosh, this is the greatest thing ever. Of course it wasn't. And it didn't have to be. It was Molly Holly, Jackie, and Victoria versus Stacy, Trish Stratus, and Lita in a, what was it called again? Oh, Santa's helper.
Hey,
6.
hey, 6 feet. I heard you cough, bro. 6 feet. 6 feet. Back it up. Back the truck up, brother.
I'm like a million miles away from you right now.
Like it's. I felt the fly on my head. Sorry. If
Yeah.
I can feel you coughing, if I can see you coughing, if I can hear you coughing, you're too fucking close. Back the fuck up. No. By the way,
Anyway, this
I'll
was
be banging on my head like this. I felt the fly on my head. That's why I was
yeah,
trying to go for the fly.
yeah.
I wasn't just doing it just to do it.
No, I know. Anyway, this was a
I know
Santa.
if I just do it like that, I look fucking stupid. So I had to explain
Yeah,
myself.
of course. Anyway, this was a Santa's helpers match. Not something that you expect to be a classic match. It only went on for about 3 minutes and 22 seconds. It was good for what it was, and
Yeah,
it was just you get to see a bunch of good looking girls.
true.
Now,
No complaints.
na-
No complaint.
no, none at
Well,
all, none at all. Of course.
you could see a bunch of good looking chicks. No, I'm gonna leave it alone. I'm gonna leave it alone. I'm gonna leave it alone.
Who in that would you have blasted? Because I mean, none of them are really like bad looking.
Leah.
Lita. Well, again, I never, in terms of looks, I never was crazy about Lita, and that's why what I said earlier, like when it's her, Trish and Stacy. I mean, Stacy and Trish blew them out the water, but
Also,
Lita looked great. She wasn't horrible at all.
well, for me, I am very, very, very nitpicky about little fucking things.
Hmm.
Little things that you would think, really? That? I didn't even think about that.
So what
There's no
nitpick?
people fucking don't, but I do. Her
Okay.
hairstyle bugged didn't care.
Oh, I'm not a redhead type of guy either.
No,
Honestly.
not even the red part. No, it's the way she had part of her hair down and then like part of it in a fucking ponytail.
Oh, I see what you said. Okay.
I
Okay.
didn't like that. I don't like that hairstyle very much. That hairstyle looks very weird to me.
I see what you're saying. Okay.
And I also don't like the fucking French braid when they tie their hair up and twist and all that shit. I get on my mom about that because she likes to twist her hair up, and I'm like, don't fucking do that. I don't like that. Or chicks that like they have their hair and it's almost all down except for that one little part that they have to clip. It's like
Yeah.
what the fuck?
Okay.
No.
I see.
I'm very nitpicky. I'm sorry. I'm
Right.
very, 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 very nitpicky. And mm,
So we have one final segment of the night before we get to the world title. Austin gets another call. It's finally, of course, the board of directors. He says, "Okay, I'm back," and then he goes, "Back as co-GM? Are you serious?" And he gets mad about that and he drives away. This was the beginning of the "there's a new sheriff in town" thing, where Austin comes back. He calls himself the sheriff.
Sheriff Austin was awesome. I don't care what
Yes, it
anybody
was.
says.
It was though. It
Hey,
was.
if you shit on Sheriff Austin,
Hell no.
come see me. I'll fuck you up. Bro. It's on site. It's on site. I will whack you like a fly. Pause. I will smack you with this fly swatter.
Nah, Sheriff Austin was tremendous, and the promo with Triple H that I think was the very next week because he had a badge on. Austin actually had a badge, and like Triple H wrecked him for the badge. It was hilarious. Oh man. So yeah, now we go to the main event, and for those, look, I always say I don't want weekly shows all over the week. Excuse me, I don't want matches all over the weekly shows. That doesn't mean I can't enjoy a match on a weekly show. This was the perfect kind of weekly show. You had a bunch of storylines, and then you get the one big main event match,
Right.
and that was Triple H versus Shawn Michaels for the world title. And it's crazy to think that there was somebody like watching this show being like, why are they giving this away for free? Why aren't they saving this for the pay-per-view? That's one of my pet peeves with fans. Like, it's a free match. Why do you have a problem with that? I know there was some type of
Fucking thank you.
I think that because I know
Like,
that
say a
was
lot of the people in the back, Frank.
I
Please.
think there was a lot of that going on this week because AEW was giving away a lot of free matches, right?
Yeah, oh my God, you're giving away CM Punk versus John Moxley
See,
for
that's
free.
because
There's a pay-per-view 2 weeks out. Shut the fuck up.
there
Who
are
cares
fans
when they're showing it?
there are fans that don't realize they're fans. They're not a part of the
Right.
business. They're looking at that from the business side, the business standpoint. Are you making money off these matches? If you're making money off these matches and you want to complain that they're being given away for free, be my guest. You're 100% correct. If you're just a fan, what's the problem?
You're a fan. Be a
Right.
fan.
Exactly.
Like, oh, cool.
Exactly.
We get a really big match on TV. We don't have to pay for it. Fucking awesome, bro.
Right. See,
Right?
my argument, I love getting a great free match on a weekly show. I got no problem
Yeah.
with that. My problem with it is when that's all you get on a weekly show is match after match after match, no
Yeah,
storyline
it
build.
can get to be overkill. You got to save some stuff for the
Yeah.
show, for the pay-per-view. I get it. But
Well, that's not even my thing. Is saving stuff is just give me more to entertain me on a weekly show because I don't tune in the week. I tune in the weekly shows expecting a television show, not a wrestling show. And that's what I want to see. I want to see great storylines. This show had that, and that's what I love about this show. This show had a great mix of the storyline buildup, and then you get that one epic main event.
yeah, this main event was phenomenal.
Phenomenal. Yes, yes,
The ending of the match,
I loved it.
you know, it was a
See,
bullshit
that's the
finish,
thing,
but it was also a storyline finish. So it was
right?
awesome.
That's what it was. That's why I hate when people complain about the finish. Oh my gosh, we didn't get a clean finish. Well, it's a continuation of the story. That's the thing.
Let it
There's
build.
one.
Let it
Yes.
build. You know,
Yes. I always think about whenever I hear that, I always think about the Brock Lesnar Undertaker Unforgiven '02 match because that was kind of the first time where I ever heard of like, oh, I hated the finish, and it's like, well, that's building to the Hell in a Cell match, which ended up being a great match. The Unforgiven '02 Brock Lesnar Undertaker match was really good. It wasn't as better than the Hell in a Cell, but it was still great, and I don't care that the way it ended. Same thing for here. This was a phenomenal match. Triple H and Shawn Michaels, great way to end the year. I believe the finish was Shawn Michaels hits the Sweet Chin music. Eric Bischoff had came out a few minutes ago, and he was taking over as ref because the ref got knocked out. So Shawn Michaels hits the Sweet Chin music, falls back because they'd been wrestling for like 30 minutes up to this. So Shawn Michaels is exhausted. He falls on with his back on top of Triple H. 1, 2, 3. There you go. Shawn Michaels wins. He's the champ. Eric Bischoff grabs the mic and says, "Hold on, hold on. Let's see."
No. That's not what he said. I remember what he said. He said, "You're a winner, and
Right.
still the
Yes.
world heavyweight champ." Because everybody was cheering, right?
Yes,
And
yes. And that was delivered perfectly.
yeah.
Yes, I love when they do stuff like that too, because that's just a perfect delivery. The whole all the fans are thinking, "Yes, Shawn won," and he goes, "And still," and they're all like, "No, what?" So,
Yeah, even the
but
comments was like, "What? How?
yeah,
How?
yeah,
Right? How? Sway?" And then they see the footage. They
yep.
show the footage, and
And
his shoulders
Shawn's
were
back.
down.
Yeah,
His shoulders
yep.
were freaking down, and you're like, "Fuck."
So it was a double. It wasn't Triple H wasn't really the winner. It was a double count. So it's essentially a draw. Nobody wins, which means Triple H retains. So technically, Eric Bischoff is wrong in saying Triple H is the winner, but it's essentially to deliver the "and still" as everybody is, thinking that Shawn won. So I understand it.
Tanya, hey Tanya.
What's up, Tanya? Um, what was I gonna say? Oh yeah. So after this, Eric Bischoff, as Shawn Michaels is mad, he's walking out, leaving the arena. He goes, "You know what, Shawn Michaels? You not only lost, but you're fired. Happy New Year. You're fired. And then, of course, the guy who we thought had just driven away before this match began and left the arena, Austin, comes out, the sheriff, technically before he calls himself the sheriff. But again, this is the beginning of the sheriff era. He comes out, reinstates Shawn Michaels immediately after he was fired. And I think, didn't he stunner Bischoff or maybe stunner Triple H? He stunnered somebody, right?
I don't remember seeing a stunner.
I thought he did.
Match on YouTube, to be honest.
Oh, well, that's why you weren't seeing the show. I believe he stunnered either Bischoff or Triple H. I can't even remember. We were in the room together. We were under scheduled as I was watching the ending. But I'm almost certain that somebody got stunnered right after Austin reinstated Shawn Michaels. That was to bring the fans home happy, of course.
Hang on,
Bring
let me see.
If you just saw the match, you probably didn't see any of like the post match where Bischoff fires Shawn Michaels. You probably didn't see any of that.
Well, hang on a second. There's okay, yeah. I got so Stone Cold comes out. Yeah, he stunners Bischoff.
I knew it. Yeah.
Yeah, he stunners Eric Bischoff.
Yeah. A great way to end that show, even after the ending that might not have made the fans happy. Of course, the hometown guy didn't win the title, but at least you're bringing them home happy with another Texan stunnering the evil boss Eric Bischoff. But yeah, this was a great show. There was a lot going on. You had the Orton Foley storyline. You had the Dudleys and Flair and Batista had their storyline. The love triangle storyline was all over the show with Trish, Christian, and Jericho. What else am I missing? Oh yeah, and the big story was, of course, Austin getting his job back. That was built up throughout the night. And then you got the great match to end it with the cool little post-match stuff. This was a phenomenal show. If I had to rank it out of 10, I'd give it about an 8.5 out of 10.
I give it about a 6.5. It was good. It was solid. Okay, so now that we got the Raw review out the way, folks, we got a song to listen to. And for this song, Frank, I told you, I warned you, man.
Yeah.
Put your fucking thinking cap on. Now I got lyrics pulled up here because we're gonna need these lyrics. So, are you ready?
Yeah.
So this is okay. I didn't expect that good. So, this is Crooked Eye featuring Snow the Product. Have you ever heard of either of these two?
No, but I'll be right back. 1 second.
Okay, well, you do whatever you're gonna do. Before we get to the song reaction, bro, if you're new to this channel, hit the subscribe button and hit the notification bell so you get notified when we upload new content. We upload new content weekly. This Saturday, I will be live again on this channel with my other co-host of the Retro Raw Down. Her name is Nat. We're going to review Raw and SmackDown from this past week. We're going to talk about the CM Punk situation in AEW. It should be a good time. It should be a fun time. And in 2 weeks, we're going to, all three of us, so Frank, Nat, and myself, are going to come together and we're going to review SummerSlam 1992 that took place in Wembley Stadium in England. The main event of that show was Bret Hart versus the British Bulldog. So, we got that going. So yeah, we're still waiting for Franklin here. I wonder where he went. Huh. What if I can show that clip? There he is.
I want to say something before we do the.
Please do.
Yeah, I think this was the best. I don't want to brag. I don't want to make it sound like I'm bragging, but we've done some terrible jobs on weekly shows. I think this was the first time we actually knocked it out of the park with the weekly
Yeah, this
show.
is a very, very solid show.
The last time we did it, we fucked up. Kind of mostly my fault. We did the Raw where Austin was CEO, and I got to be honest, I barely paid attention when I was watching, so I easily forgot a lot of stuff. And I'm sitting there like it was the tag match, I think, with the Acolytes, and I'm sitting there trying to remember everything. I'm looking at reading what 411 said, and I'm like, what am I trying to say here? What am I? But yeah, when most of the times when we've done weekly shows, we've either skipped over stuff, we've forgotten stuff. I wanted to go over a line in that Raw, that last Raw, the '99 one that Austin said, where one of the ladies working at the headquarters said, "Oh, Austin, there's a board meeting in a few minutes," and Austin said, "I don't like board games." I forgot to mention that he did say that was one of my favorite lines from that episode. Like I said, that was one of my favorite Raw episodes ever. We didn't miss nothing on this
No,
show.
not at
Yeah,
all.
I think so. Yeah, hopefully more people will start watching our weekly show reviews. We did better. We did a better job on this one.
Yeah. Okay,
Our
folks.
our weekly show reviews do horrible. Our 9/11 SmackDown still only has 2 views to this day. Like nobody cared. Hopefully people watch this one because I feel we did a better job on this
You
one.
know, right now we say that, but one day we'll be at 100,000 people. We'll have 100,000 subscribers, and people will be like, "Oh, I wonder if they did a 9/11 episode." Oh, they did. Click. So
It was one of our worst, honestly. We had nothing to talk about on that
well, here we
episode.
go. So Snow the Product. You've never heard of her?
No.
Okay. Well, she's gonna give you a freaking. She's like the female Eminem.
Okay.
That's how good she is. So here we go.
Music affects your brain, whether people admit it or not. And you don't have to be weak-minded for it to do so.
All I want to do is go harder and harder, get smarter than Harvard, go hard with the starter to keep it 100. I think the industry want to see a nigga like me. The guard as a martyr, walk in the water, the flow is immaculate. Reading off the Dead Sea Scrolls as I'm rapping it.
So just to clarify, Frank, let's see here. So he said, all I want to do is go harder and harder, get smarter than Harvard, go hard with the slaughter. To keep it 100, the industry want to see a dude like me depart as a martyr. Walking on water, the flow is immaculate. And I believe that was an Eminem reference.
Yeah, that is. Yeah.
No, it's not. It wasn't. It was just for because Jesus walked on water. Yeah. Walking on water, the flow is immaculate. Reading off the Dead Sea Scrolls as I'm rapping it. The track, I'm crashing it. Make it look like a Cadillac had a bad accident.
The track, I'm crashing it. Making it look like a Cadillac had a bad accident. Cause y'all ain't passionate. Catch a jab to your abdomen. Then I'ma tap your chin. I'ma boss you an applicant. Y'all cats pretend. Never, ever, ever rap again. Crooked eye, kick it in the hood. Pistol to protect me cause I'm figuring it could. Homie, I'm living like a genie in a lamp. Rub me wrong. I wish a nigga would. Kill us ready to get.
So he said, because y'all ain't passionate. Y'all don't have no passion. Catch a jab to your abdomen. I'll fucking hit you. Then I'm a tap your chin, uppercut you. Right? I'm a boss applicant. So you're trying to come for me. You want to work for me. All cats pretend, never ever rap again. Like you suck. You all pretend to be rappers, but you suck.
Yeah.
Crooked eye, kick it in the hood. pistol to protect me because I'm figuring it would. So pistol gun. Homie, I'm living like a genie in a lamp. Rub me wrong. I wish the homie would. So I like that line. Rub me wrong. I wish a dude would. You rub like homie, I'm feeling like a genie in a lamp. You rub the lamp and the genie comes out. Rub me wrong. I wish you would. You rub me wrong. I wish you would. You get a woody when you rub it? Yeah.
Dirty, some niggas who dress nerdy, the way they touch 30, they quiet and ain't wordy, they firing names 30. I've been a couple of light years from any nigga that wanted to serve me, so God, they Pluto, Breaking Bad and I'm Pluto, got the hue blow hanging out the bulletproof Pluto. If you didn't know, you do know. Yo, light that up, hold that.
So he said, killers ready to get dirty. Some dudes who dress nerdy, who ain't even touched 30. They quiet and ain't wordy. They're firing ain't sturdy. So like they're shooting, but they're not hitting anything. I've been a couple of light years from any dude that wanted to discern me. So Kalate Puto, Breaking Bad, and I'm Tuco. I don't know that reference. Tuco Slamanaka was a Mexican drug lord who later became one of the most influential villains that appeared on the famous TV show Breaking Bad that ended after 6 seasons in 2013. So he's a Breaking Bad villain. I've never seen Breaking Bad, so I can't speak to that.
Me neither.
Okay.
Middle finger music, hold that up. Act like this, cause we don't give a fuck. Cause we don't give a fuck. Why should I man with my good eye? I can see all y'all snakes, so I put my foot up your ass. Kill him with success. Look how I pass him up. I'm like, goodbye. $1 million bitches get fucked in the face. If he ain't a bad money, then your husband to waste. I'ma switch the scenery up to a bank. That's how real nigga cut to the chase. Pour a little vodka, load the Glock up, then roll some bomb up that'll blow some dime up. Pull up in the drop with snow the product. We don't give a fuck. It's a code of conduct.
Okay, wait. Before we go to snow. So he said, why should I man with my good eye? Because he's crooked eye. So crooked eye, but why should I man with my good eye? I can see y'all snakes, so I put my foot up your ass, and I kill him with success. Look how I pass him up. I'm like, goodbye. $1 million bitches get fucked in the face. If you ain't about money, then your husband's a waste, right? Yeah. I'm gonna switch it up. I'm gonna switch the scenery up to a bank. That's how a real dude cut to the chase. So Chase Bank. Yeah. Pour a little vodka, load the Glock up, then roll some bomb up. That'll blow Saddam up. God, that's hard. Fuck. Blow Saddam up. Fuck, bro.
Yeah.
Pull up the drop, or pull up in the drop with snow the product. We don't give a fuck. We don't give a fuck as our code of conduct. Okay, so now Franklin, may I introduce you to the female Eminem. Snow the product.
At this shit through past rents, and I've been broke, I've been homeless, shit packed in bins. I've been at this is back when tax bracket shit was way past any practical math I did. Now I'm halfway past half to a capitalist. 3/4 there, yeah, the rap top of the list. Now I'm really getting my dividends and stacking a bit. Gotta go back to where I'm from to mentally handle this shit. Cause I've been a nobody so long.
So she said, I've been at the shit through past due rent, but I've been broke, I've been homeless, shit packed in bins. So she's been broke, right? I've been at this shit, or I've been at this since back when my tax bracket shit was way past. This is where it gets fucking wild. Was way past any practical math I did. Now I'm halfway past to a capitalist. 3/4 day of the year I rap top of the list. I'm really getting my dividends and stacking it big. Gotta go back to where I'm from to mentally handle this shit. Because I've been a nobody so long, gonna readjust. Get a North Hollywood home. Fuck. So she was saying she has to go back to the ghetto.
Real quick.
Yeah.
Shout out to Hold on. Shout out to Thomas. You know who I'm talking about, right? Thomas Mid.
Yeah. What?
Yeah. Cause he like every week. Cause you know how I share the post,
Yeah.
the link, share the link. Every week I tag him in it, and every time he, as you can see right there, posts the link himself. So shout out
Thomas,
to him.
my man. Appreciate you, buddy.
Mhm.
Thank you very much, Thomas.
Yep.
Just get a North Hollywood home, still close enough to deal with bullshit deals, but yet far enough to be where letting folks roam. All originality with a capital O. So the game wanna see a bitch broke with no soul. So I grasp it tight because a chick like me know that I would rob these bitches because all habits are slow. Look, I never been a punk and I never been a bitch, so you bitches better run. We all know the benefits because your 15's done with my 16's hit her.
Okay, wait. So she said, gotta get a North Hollywood home, still close enough to deal with bullshit deals, but yet far enough to be where the Latin folks roam. All originality with a capital O, so she's original. She's all original. There's nothing. Yeah. So the game want to see a bitch so the game want to see a bitch broke with no soul. So I grasp it tight because a chick like me know that I would rob these bitches because old habits die slow. And then she says, "Look, I never been a punk and I never been a bitch, so you bitches never run. We all know the benefits because the 15's done when my 16 hits. So what that means, the 15 minutes of fame are done when her 16 bars hit.
Yeah.
Or her AR-15 is done when her M16 hits. Oh, gumball.
Right.
Fuck. Oh, shit. See, I'm learning this shit, too. I'm learning this shit right now, too. So,
Yeah.
so I learned that one. Fuck. Okay.
Games are for fun, but this game's bullshit, bitch. No, I did not come this far to quit. This argument is not even real. Went from not having a pot to piss to copping whips and stocks and casas in hills. All these new bitches talking, but chill. Watch when they get out of pocket or kill. Any of them got plenty of friends that in any event will finish them off, no question, no squeal. Yes, I am tired of all you sluts that been coming in the game because you bought your butts.
Whoa. So then she said, heard games are for fun, but this game's bullshit. Bitch, I did not come this far to quit. This argument's not even real. Went from not having a pot to piss in, or hang on. This argument's not even real. Went from not having a pot to piss to copping whips and socks and casas and hills. All these new bitches talking, but chill. Watch when they get out of pocket. I'll kill any of them. Got plenty of friends that in any event I'll finish them off. No question, no squeal. Yes, I'm tired of all you sluts that have been coming in the game because you bought you butts. Cardi B, right? What?
I guess.
Cardi B, baby. Come on,
Hey,
man.
Cardi got a what was the name of it? I Like It Like That was a banger.
Hey, yo. You can't tell me Cardi B's ass is real, bro.
Oh, I have no idea. I don't know.
Okay.
And if you wanna claim fame cause I'm glad you fucked, giving you a hood pass, should've passed you up. But yeah, of course you lied, sit there and organize, try to be more than just hoes. Thinking you sorta tight, cause someone wrote you lines, thinking you whores have got flow. No, you can record the lies, give me some more, so I finally listen and hear dough. Cause I've been trying to hear competition for a goddamn year and don't hear shit but rip-offs and hoes. Get off the blow, get up and get y'all a show. I have been hitting the road, building my own, little by little, but no, I do it all on my own. Yes, I got dough, I don't split shit but to roll. Bitch, I can show y'all the road. All of you hoes, I got cosigns, clothesline, dry ass, stale ass bitches need those. I don't.
Yo, like that
So then she said, "Don't you want to claim fame because some guy you fucked is giving you a hood pass? Should have passed you up. Fuck. Yo, that's hard. But
Yeah.
yep, of course you do. But yep, of course you lie, sit there and organize, trying to be more than just hoes. Thinking you're sort of tight because someone wrote your lines. Ooh, ghostwriters. Thinking you whores have no flow, or thinking you whores have got flow. No. You can record the lies. Give me some more so I finally can listen, or some more so I finally listen and hear dough. Because I've been trying to hear competition for a goddamn year, but don't hear shit but rip-offs and hoes. Get off the blow. Ooh, get off the blow. Get off the fucking drugs. Get up and get y'all a show. I've been hitting the road, building my own, little by little, but no, I do it all on my own. Yes, I got dough. I don't split shit, but to roll. Ooh, bitch. Hang on. I gotta click on this. Yes, I got dough. I don't split shit, but to roll. Bitch, I can show you all the ropes. All of you hoes that got cosigns, clotheslines, hang on. All you hoes that got clothesline, dry ass, stale ass bitches need those. I don't. So basically, what she's saying is, even though she was signed with Atlantic, because she was signed with Atlantic record label, they really weren't pushing her. So she's been making money independently without a label's help or a superstar cosign. Like many artists today need a cosign to be put on. Snow has been selling out a lot of shows around the U.S., especially in the West Coast. Snow is like, I can show you how it's done by yourself with no major label deal, assistance. Go independent. Which, hey, I fuck with
What happened? What happened?
Hey, WWF, WCW fan, go fuck yourself.
Oh, who's that? Why are you dissing that guy? Who is that? What happened? What did he say? I think you read his username wrong, but who is that?
What? Guess what I can do, bud? I'm gonna put user in timeout. What's good?
Who is that though? Why are you so mad? What did he say?
You're better than me, which is bullshit.
Well, he's right. Why? Well, put the comment up. What did it say?
Well, he's on timeout for 5 minutes, so I'm not gonna.
You gotta put. Come on, if he's one of the viewers, you gotta put his comment up. Come on now, show him some love.
No, I just put him in timeout, so I won't play it. So yo, hey, I agree with still the product though. Rappers, go independent. You'll be a lot more successful. You don't need a record label to sound good. Just, yeah.
Middle finger music, throw that up. Act like this, cause we don't give a fuck. We don't give a fuck. In the underground, they put me on the throne. In the mainstream, they say I don't belong. Talk about a nigga only good for a freestyle. Fuck that, we could go song for song. Word, I'm chilling the best of men. Get rid of they next, I can't get rid of the pestilence and give them a testament. I'm rebuilding the West and I'm pissing off in the coffin that you rested in.
Okay, so then he said, in the underground, they put me on the throne. In the mainstream, they say I don't belong. Talk about a dude only good for a freestyle. Fuck that. We can go song for song. So they're basically saying he ain't shit in mainstream. Underground, he's the shit, right? Yeah. And then he says, word, I'm killing the best of men. Get rid of the next of kin. Get rid of the next of kin. Get rid of the pestilence. I give them a testament. I'm rebuilding the West, and I'm pissing off in the coffin that you resting in. Skinny jeans and leggings. You anything but a legend. I really bring the weapons. The semi beam behead ya. The guillotine. I'll serve my killing team and catch all my enemies. I bet you the 10 of these will break you apart. Yeah.
Skinny jeans and leggings, you anything but legend. I really bring the weapons, the semi-beam, behead you, the guillotine, the sever my guillotine and catch all my enemies. I bet you the 10 of these will break you apart. Yeah, leaking in a puddle, whole hospital staff meeting in a huddle, trying to figure out how to put your body parts back together just like the pieces of a puzzle. Oh, and I'm gone in the wind. Yeah, I'm gone in the wind. I was fucked up broke, really. Rested my Achilles, I'm balling again. Never going broke.
Oh, rest of my Achilles, I'm balling. I'm not going to read every single lyric anymore. But the things that are highlighted here. Resting my Achilles, I'm balling again. Achilles is a tendon in your body, and it can easily be injured, and it greatly affects athletes. Balling refers to playing basketball.
Yeah.
Folks say fuck that shit. Fuck that shit. Yeah, fuck that shit. She don't fuck with snow. Fuck that bitch. Fuck that bitch. Fuck that bitch like imagination doing masturbation. Fuck what you think. What the fuck did you think? The day your opinions can cut me a check. That'll be the day I give a fuck what you think. You weak mind. You weak mind.
I like how he ended that. Frank. He said, "The day your opinions can cut me a check, that's the day I'll give a fuck about what you think."
Yeah.
Until your thoughts can give me the money, no, I don't care what you think, bro.
Yeah.
That's. And then he said, like imagination during masturbation. Fuck what you think. Masturbation, fuck, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Fuck what you think, quite literally. Yeah. Yeah. So there you go. That was Snow the Product and Crooked Eye. That was your first season. So what do you think of Snow the Product?
She was good. That was a good song.
She's very look. I started listening to Snow the Product because of Dax. She did a song with Dax, and she was fire on that track. So I'm like, let me see more of this girl. So I started looking her up more and more and more, and I'm like, oh my fuck, she's hot. Yo, she's a killer. She's a female Eminem. What the fuck? So next week's show, we are going to do Survivor Series 2002.
Oh, let's do it. Yeah, no doubt. Hang on one second. Right there. I got the VHS too. When we do the show, I'll bring the VHS out too. There's one thing I love about some of the pay-per-views from back then, like 01, 02.
Show me your old without showing me your old.
You're only a year younger than me, so you're old too. I love when they. But when they some of the DVD releases around like 01, 02, 03, especially 01 and 02 Survivor would come with a poster of the pay-per-view. This is awesome. I loved when they did this. This is just like the insert that has the menu. This is essentially what this is, and it came as it came with the pay-per-view poster. I love this. I had to buy the DVD twice just to get this because first time I got it, it originally didn't come with this. When I found out this was the insert, I was like, oh, I got to get this. And anyway, I do that with any DVD. I love getting inserts. I hate when I get a DVD that originally came with inserts and it doesn't come with it. I've repurchased WWE DVDs a ton, and just whenever I get the insert, I put the insert into the DVD I originally had and just resell the DVD I repurchased.
And for the record, I'm only 7 months younger than you, so calm down.
Right, close to a year. This show though was phenomenal. I can't wait to review this.
Also, not only are we going to cover Survivor Series 2002 next week, but I'm going to introduce you to another female rapper / female artist, because she doesn't just rap; she does all kinds of stuff. I'm going to introduce you to Savannah Dexter. So, ladies and gentlemen, for that one, Frank the Entertainer, that should be your new nickname, Frank the Entertainer. And this has been the Retro Bros Reviews. And until next time, we out. See you Saturday, folks.